bekommt er die eigentliche Kraft und Energie, Kranke zu heilen. Pflanzen helfen zwar gegen verschiedene Krankheiten, aber unser stärkstes Mittel ist der Schamanismus. Die Yanomami arbeiten zusammen mit den Hekura, sogenannten Hilfsgeistern, die gleichzeitig in der Brust des Schamanen, aber auch in den Wäldern der Geisterwelt leben. Sie werden aktiviert durch eine bewusstseinserweiternde Droge, die aus verschiedenen Pflanzen hergestellt und zunächst wie Schnupftabak eingenommen wird. Später bläst man sie direkt durch die Nase in den Kopf. Da jede Krankheit in der Überzeugung der Yanomami durch einen Hekura ausgelöst wird, kann sie auch nur durch ihn wieder genommen werden. Die Hekura treten immer in Tierformen auf. Und auch die Schamanen werden während des Rituals zu Tiergeistern. Dieser Kranke hat ein Nierenleiden. Für die Yanomami heißt das, der Geist der stachellosen Shaki-Biene hat ihm die Nieren mit schwarzem Wachs verstopft. Er muss in der anderen Welt aufgespürt und bekämpft werden. Dafür begeben sich die Schamanen auf eine nicht ungefährliche, visionäre Reise, auf der ihnen viele andere Tiergestalten begegnen. Dabei werden sie mit negativer Energie konfrontiert, die schnellstens beseitigt werden muss. Je mehr sie von der Droge nehmen, desto tiefer dringen sie in die Geisterwelt ein. Die Welt der Geister ist ein Spiegel des Diesseits. Auch dort gibt es Wälder, die von unterschiedlichsten Wesen bewohnt werden. Der mächtigste aller Hekura, dem man auf so einer Reise begegnen kann, ist der Jaguar. Wer mit seiner spirituellen Kraft verschmilzt, hat die Stärke, den Geist jeder Krankheit zu besiegen. Der Kampf beginnt. Der Geist der Shaki-Biene wird eingeschüchtert und geschlagen. Der Jaguar hat den Schamanen ungeahnte Energien verliehen. Mit vereinten Kräften schaffen sie es, die Krankheit aus dem Körper des Patienten herauszuziehen. Alle Schamanen hier sind Absolventen einer Schamanenschule und haben ihr Wissen in einer mehrjährigen Ausbildung erworben. Jeder kann diese Fähigkeit erlernen, aber nur wenigen gelingt es, die Macht über die Hekura, die Hilfsgeister, auch zu behalten. Ist der Geist der Krankheit besiegt, wird er von dem Kranken möglichst schnell weggetragen. Symbolisch führen ihn die Schamanen an einem Stöckchen zur Mitte der Maloka, die als neutraler Bereich gilt. Dort legen sie ihn behutsam ab. Anschließend entfernen sie sich möglichst unauffällig, wie Alzheimer, AIDS und Krebs leisten kann. Sie sind auch bereit zu geben, ihr Wissen zu teilen. Aber sie wollen es sich nicht hinterrücks stehlen lassen. Vielmehr könnte ein fairer Anteil an den Gewinnen der Pharmaindustrie dazu beitragen, die Wälder und die Lebensweise ihrer Bewohner zu erhalten. Fest steht, kein Wissenschaftler wird je das ökologische System des Regenwaldes so durchschauen wie die Indianer, die selbst ein Teil davon sind. Diese Liane zum Beispiel sieht aus wie jede andere, kann jedoch bis zu 20 Liter Wasser speichern. Sie spielt nicht nur für den Feuchtigkeitshaushalt des Regenwalds eine wichtige Rolle, sondern dient auch als Quelle für durstige Indianer. Dieses Wissen geben die Indianer von Generation zu Generation weiter. Damit erhalten sie diesen einzigartigen Lebensraum, der sowohl ihr wie auch unser Überleben garantiert. Als Schamane seines Volkes kennt Davi nicht nur die Wirkung von Pflanzen, sondern ist auch Mittler zwischen Diesseits und Jenseits. Von dort bekommt
Matay na kayo be, benino mala. Hari chona hari aing bohe. Matay himari, matay himari. Eh ni makayo be ahabari. Mate te kama ini kamu ke te kama la pone ke upe ya
kami ka inhab hosia hoya inhab kua naya inhab kua iba aya akan inhab kua biya ke korole to dhiwi ya aya hodisha ya kibsha shori ashe shori bata ashe naya kua mahia yalo kami shurumu yalo go wano thai nana bono thali naya kama mi mahi kia inhab
Nós queremos sangue porque é muito importante para a gente, para nós índios, muito importante para não ficaria, aquele que já morreu, não pode ficaria sangue como vivo. Essa é nossa cultura. Nossa cultura é diferente, por isso que não poderia ficaria dentro no freezer, no geladeira, não pode ficar trancado.
Yamata konida yania unkun yania hale hamon wedina kuwa mamaya ki hawamru patadiki yamak bi kuyor yamak unku tau mahia yamak unku mahia bruyal.
Eu acredito que, nesse caso, o que deveria ser feito, correto, é realmente devolver essas amostras de sangue. Né? Porque, inclusive, os Yanomami, depois de mortos, né, eles não admitem que se conserve alguma coisa de um defunto. Isso é absurdo, é uma coisa, inclusive, que é contra a religião deles, contra a visão mítica, não? E que não permite ao defunto, ao espírito do defunto, de ir se afastar, né? E assim, tendo algo dele aqui, ele pode continuar a molestar os outros, não?
Esses coletas de sangue, ele quer estudar, ele quer fazer uma coisa boa para ele, né? Para ele e para o neto, filho deles. Desse pesquisa, a nossa pesquisa, aonde que o homem veio, nós sabemos até hoje, aonde que vem o homem. Primeiro homem, Não sabe, até hoje não sabemos aí. Por que ele quer? Por que ele fez para descobrir? Yanomami sabe, você sabe, também sabe aonde que o homem primeiro vem.
I immediately started behaving like an over-anxious parent. Tapir, by contrast, seemed to be taking the whole thing in his stride. Still barefoot, Tapir strode casually into the outside world, carrying some traditional Yanomami bows and arrows. These were actually my souvenirs.
No, what I meant was I don't think my Spanish is very bad. Some days my Spanish is all right. Okay? All right? Yeah? All right? Hey, what do I do here? Hold on.
There may not be anything remarkable about Puerto Ayacucho, but for Tapir, everything was remarkable. We checked into a small hotel where it fell to me to reveal the wonders of Venezuelan plumbing and how it doesn't always work. Tapir had clearly got it sussed, but just in case he'd missed the subtleties, I resorted to a bit of crude pantomime.
Hay papel aquí. Perfecto. Aquami. Aquí. Ah.
Having demonstrated some of the basic comforts of urban living, it was now time to explain some of the dangers. Tapir was clearly going to need some clothes for this journey, but there was a much more pressing requirement: an identity. Because officially, Tapir didn't actually exist. Yanomami birds are not registered in Venezuela, so Tapir had no papers, and, as we were about to discover, no means of getting any. To transform him into a real person, it would be necessary to resort to deception. So, take one non-person, give him a Spanish name and invent a date of birth, then employ the services of a Portuguese hustler. Add 2 accredited Yanomami who are prepared to lie a bit, and a liberal splash of cash just to oil the machine. Carefully mix all these ingredients together and hope for the best. First stop, DX, the registration office. But they want more paperwork. Our Portuguese hustler suggests that for a modest fee, another office could resolve this problem. They couldn't. The recipe clearly wasn't working. Alfredo and I had a council of war, and Tapia was getting bored. Carlos, our Portuguese hustler, kept insisting that everything was going according to plan. After 5 days, I wasn't so sure.
Not all been simple, but it is different because in the prefectura is different.
Yes, but you've had to pay money to the Guardian as well.
You really said that it's £5,000. Yes, yeah, because it's necessary.
Yes. Okay. No one ever said this was going to be easy, but it's turning out to be downright impossible. We've trawled around all the offices in town, just trying to find out how you get a bloody, not even a cedula, but just some way out, some way just to get to Caracas to start with. But it's just proving completely impossible. And I think for his sake, as much as anybody's, it's probably better to cut our losses now and say, okay, it's been a brilliant experience, he's had a chance to see the outside world, and I would hate to waste what has been a great trip up to this point. So maybe it is time to quit, but we'll wait. We'll give it one more day and see how it goes.
So Tapia and I returned to the registration office. They now said they could issue an identity card on one condition, that we stay in Puerto Ayacucho for another 3 months. However, there was another option. We should all go to Caracas, where the process could be completed within a couple of hours. I wasn't entirely confident, but nevertheless we all...
You always find something. Yes. She's very difficult. It's not as simple as that.
Right.
She said that it's got to be relative by blood.
Right.
That is to say, uncle or aunt.
Right.
Right. But now she's saying that it's got to be an aunt, not an uncle.
Uncle is not good enough. He needs an aunt. Well, I think I know his aunt is probably still lying in a hammock in Walvateri. I think she was the one that I said, "Don't worry, I'll look after your boy for you."
Oh, I think Hello? Sí, ¿cómo está? Dile que me espera un ratito, ¿ok? Right, it was, she said, you go over there.
Right.
And she's aware of everything. I don't know what that doesn't mean, if it means a yes or no.
Right.
Go by Metro Bus to Altamira, where the hotel was,
yeah.
and then go to Estación Capitolio.
Great trip.